Hey everybody, Brett. And I believe it's Friday morning. I'm not positive on that, so don't quote me, but I think it is Friday morning. And yesterday I wrote a post on moving towards a plant-based diet that I think is really worth a read to you. And someone had posted a question because they were thinking about moving to the country and raising animals and eating them, killing them, etc. And so I replied to them. They wanted to know, because she was like apprehensive about that. The husband wanted to do it, but she was apprehensive about killing the animals. So I put, work toward a plant-based diet. This is the main dietary way to sanity, serenity, peace, and love. What you instinctively thought about killing animals when you were a kid was correct. Animals are for loving, naming, and caring for. Because she was like, should we name them? And some people were like, no, don't name them and don't care for them, don't get close to them, blah, 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 blah. That's all a bunch of BS. You would naturally and instinctively want to love and care and cuddle and pet the animals. Think. Remember when you were a kid? And then you got older and you learned that your parents had been taught and their parents had been taught and their parents had been taught, blah, 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 that, what you needed to do was kill and eat the animals. Okay, so maybe that was true back then. But we live in a new age now, okay, where we're learning from science and from experimentation, and we have trade and all of these different things that enable us to be able to get our nutrients from other sources, plant-based sources. So it's called evolution, okay? So let me finish the post I wrote. So minimize the numbers of animals you raise and control their population naturally. This includes the human animals, for those of you that are thinking about a big family. And hopefully people are like getting real in a whole lot of these regards, I'm from Utah where they used to have like huge families, and that was the thing. Well, maybe they really needed a bunch of kids to do the farm work and this and that, or maybe the Mormons were thinking in terms of, we really need a whole lot more Mormons in our world, so let's pump them out, baby. So the truth of the matter is, what you're seeing in our world today. And if you're a parent, a potential parent, are you thinking, man, I just really want to bring a whole lot more humans into this world? Hopefully it's setting you straight now. Hopefully the world is setting you straight. So minimize the numbers of animals you raise and control their population naturally. Eat eggs, tofu, beans, fish, oysters, and shrimp instead of the more advanced animals. Okay, so think about it. Think about like other countries that eat dogs and monkeys. Would you guys eat dogs and monkeys? No. What would you tell them to do? Well, eat chickens or eat pigs or something like that, So what the next step is to eat not those advanced animals that you like to pet, but eat like shrimp and eat oysters and eat eggs. So those things are a lot easier to kill. Imagine, think like a fish. What would you rather kill, your pet chicken or catch a fish? It's easier to catch a fish and kill that. So think in terms of advanced animals. You don't want to kill the more advanced animals. That's the logical progression. The truth about killing will push you away from it because it's ugly, stinky, time-consuming, and emotionally painful. How do I know that? You guys know that when I lived at that cabin a year ago, I was raising some roosters, you know, and I hated killing the roosters. I fed them to the dog and they were very nutritious. And if you're going to raise animals, I mean, if you're going to eat chicken, don't eat that store crap, that mass produced store crap. What you want to do is raise your own chickens. But if you do that, you will find out that it sucks to kill and slaughter and all of that, the chickens. It's stinky and it's time consuming getting all the feathers off of them. And you come to this conclusion that it's so much better just to eat plant-based food like this oatmeal that I'm just about to eat. And so it's not easy to change. It doesn't matter what you're doing. It doesn't matter. Whatever it may be, it's not easy to change. And so if you're used to eating burgers every day, you have to get off of that first. And for those of you that are like eating that, then this video is not for you. This video is not for you. You need to focus on just getting off of processed foods. Everything is one step at a time. It's not a matter of insto presto, you should just do, you know, for health anyway. Now, if you're thinking in terms of ethics only and not for health, then yeah, you can just become a junk vegan, a junk food vegan. There are people out there that are junk food vegans. They don't care if they're eating white flour food and sugar and this and that, as long as they're not eating meat. Okay, so that won't work. I mean, it might work short term for a while for you to just get away from, like, for emotional reasons, getting away from eating animals. But for health, you'll go downhill fast. Your body will go downhill so fast because you'll be sucking the nutrients out of your tissues and not replenishing them with dense tissues, because that's what meat is. See, when you eat liver, think about liver and all the B vitamins in liver. Freaking amazingly dense, amazingly dense. And that's like the physically, in order to change from somebody that's a meat eater to somebody that's a plant eater, it takes time and persistence and effort. And it takes these alternative meats and beans and tofu and stuff like that to get off peanut butter. Peanut butter. Peanut butter, big time. Don't let anybody tell you that peanut butter is not a very important food, aflatoxins or not. Anybody that says that is full of it. You need the fat, the protein, the aflatoxins. You need peanut butter to get off of meat, believe me. Is it the healthiest food to eat? No, it's a transition food, okay? It's taken me a lot of time and just logic and thinking and common sense that I do have a pretty good amount of to be able to figure all of these things out. So I'll finish the thing here. So you will naturally prefer to not kill your animals, and this is exactly as it should be. Imagine that you lived in the country and you were raising animals and you're like me, like I was, like, oh my God, it's that day. It's the day that I have to go kill the roosters. It sucks. It sucks. If you're somebody anyways that has really thought about things and you really care about your animals, even if you really don't like having a crap load of roosters and you know they've got to go, it's a sucky day to have to kill and, you know, freeze your roosters. So humans must evolve in the direction of peace. What is more peaceful, to crack an egg or cut a throat? It's not difficult. It's not difficult to see this, okay? So that's the article, and I put it on my posts. If you want to check it out, if you want to copy and paste it, you go to my posts. I don't know exactly how you find that, but probably on my homepage. And I put that little picture. I've used that one once before. I love that one. It's got all the farm animals. But I would like to, I will have, not I would like to, but I will have my own land someday. And I would like to have a couple of each of these animals. Never know. I'd really love to have a donkey. Oh my God, I love donkeys. You guys should watch some happy donkey videos today. So I'm just about to finish 3 wooden spine rollers. Can you see them over there on the table? And all 3 of those are now sold as of this morning. And they are heading out the door, USPS today. Let me see if you're still with me. Hello, patriots of freedom. Kaznami and I wake up in the mountains. God bless, dude. Hello from Tokyo. Hey, how are you? Tokyo, yes. I've often thought, man, I could go to Tokyo and do Ashiatsu barefoot massage and make a crap load of money. I'm sure I could. People in Japan, that's what I do, Ashiatsu. And they love, that's where it came from, the bars you hold on to and you use your feet to do massage. They love Ashiatsu in Japan. And I'm sure their girls are really good at it, but I'm really good at it too. If I ever wanted to go to Japan, but I do not think that I want to do that, to go to Japan and work on Japanese white collar executives doing massage. Hey, how are you, bud? I just moved to Vermont. I hear a rooster next door. He seems to be a vampire. I hear him more at 9 p.m. That's really weird. That's really weird. Roosters don't do that. That's weird. Unless he's like a wild, no, even if they're a wild rooster, especially, they don't want to attract attention in the dark. See, because chickens have good vision. And I don't believe that they're like night visions, night visionaries. They have really good vision for being able to see the hawks coming at them or some kind of a predator, etc. And when they do that, you know, they crow for different reasons. They'll crow for because they think there's danger, to warn the flock. They'll do that. They'll crow just out of joy. They'll crow after having had sex, I think. I can't remember all the different reasons they crow. But there's like different kinds of crows. And you can tell, like, if you listen to them, like, I can't remember. Anyways, the thing that I think one of the most important things that I learned from raising chickens was just how much I love raising animals, animal husbandry. I just love animals. And I want to name and pet and care for all of them. Okay, it's time to go. Bye, you guys.